Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel Easy Mathematics. In this video, we are going to learn about alternating series. Previously, whatever the series we have done, these are the series of positive terms. Now it is the alternating series. At first, we should come to know how this series look like. So, a series in which the terms are alternatively positive and negative is called an alternating series. So for example, just look here, 1, then it is minus of 1 by 2, then it is plus 1 by 3, then minus 1 by 4, plus, and in this way the series progress. So here the alternatively the terms are positive, negative, positive, negative, positive in this way. So that this type of series are called the alternating series. So to verify an alternating series is convergent or not, we should use a Leibniz theorem. So Leibniz theorem is required to verify that the given alternating series is divergent or convergent. So first of all, we should come to know that what is Leibniz theorem. So at first, it is the statement for the Leibniz theorem. So an alternating series, in general we can write the terms by u1, u2, u3 like this and alternatively plus minus, so that it is the alternating series. So an alternating series, that is, in short we can write minus 1 to the power n minus 1 un, where it is summation upon 1 to infinity. Just look, when n is equals to 1, we will find out u1. When n is 2, we will find out minus of u2 like this one. So this one is the entire series and this is the alternating series. So this series converges if each term of the given sequence un is numerically less than its preceding terms. That means if we can find out that whatever be the terms, that here the terms are u1, u2, u3 likewise. So these terms we consider, and for those terms if we will find out un plus 1 is less than un always, and limit of n tends to infinity un is equals to 0. If we will find out that the given series for given alternating series for, if both these conditions will satisfy, then we say that by Leibniz theorem the given series is convergent, otherwise not. If we will find out here that this limiting value is not equals to 0, then we can say the given series is oscillatory. If the limiting value is not equals to 0, then the given series is oscillatory. So what is Leibniz theorem? Leibniz theorem means any alternating series we say that it is convergent if the un plus 1 less than un always. Not only that, the limiting value of un where n tends to infinity is equals to 0. If this limiting value is not equals to 0, that means other than 0 any other value you will find out, then we say that the series is oscillatory. So with some example we understand the alternating series. Here is the first example. So the example is the given alternating series is 1 by 2 minus 2 by 3 plus 3 by 4 minus 4 by 5 in this way. So this series is convergent or not, that we are supposed to prove. So here the given term of the given series is alternatively positive and negative, and each term is numerically less than the preceding term. Just observe, the first term is 1 by 2, that is u1, second term that is u2 is 2 by 3. So 1 by 2 and 3 by 2, if 2 by 3, if we compare them, then we will find out that 2 by 3 is less than 1 by 2. Likewise, 3 by 4 is less than 2 by 3. So first condition for Leibniz theorem will be satisfying here. Now what is here un? Here the un is n divided by n plus 1. So if we subtract these two, that means un minus un plus 1. So un is n divided by n plus 1 and un plus 1 is un n plus 1 divided by n plus 2. If we subtract these two and if we will find out this value is greater than 0, that means a positive value, then we can say un is greater than un plus 1. So in this way we can verify the first condition of Leibniz theorem. So that we will find out that the given series or given sequence is monotonically decreasing here. Now when we take the limit for un, then we will find out limit n tends to infinity, un is equals to this one. So that value is 1, which is not equals to 0. Hence by Leibniz theorem, the given series is not convergent because the limiting value is not equals to 0. Rather, we can say the given series is oscillatory. So that is from the Leibniz condition or Leibniz theorem, we can say that the given series is oscillatory because the given series is monotonically decreasing, but its limiting value is not equals to 0. So now come to the next example. So here it is 1 by 2 cube minus 1 plus 2 divided by 3 cube plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 divided by 4 cube minus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 divided by 5 cube in this way. So here obviously the un is equals to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus in this way up to plus n divided by n plus 1 whole cube. If we simplify, then we will find out this one as n divided by 2 into n plus 1 its whole square. This one is the formula, that is n into n plus 1 by 2. We just apply this formula here and we will get this one after simplification. So when we will get the un, after that un plus 1 is very obvious, that is n plus 1 divided by 2 into n plus 2 its whole square. If we take the subtraction of these two, that means un minus un plus 1, then after simplification we will find out this value, which one is greater than 0 for all values of n. So when the n tends to infinity, in fact when n is greater than 1 and any value up to infinity, then we will find out that value is greater than 0. So that we can say the given sequence is monotonically decreasing. Now, so if we take the limit of un where n tends to infinity, so after substitution of this limiting value and after applying this limiting value, we will find out that this limiting value is 0. So we will find out by the Leibniz theorem that the given series is convergent because this one is monotonically decreasing and the limiting value is exactly is equals to 0. Let us do one more example. The example is 1 by log 2 minus 1 by log 3 plus 1 by log 4. This one is your given series. Obviously, this one is an alternating series because the consecutive plus minus terms are here. Here the un value is 1 by log of 1 plus 1, n plus 1. So we know that n plus 1 is always less than n plus 2. So if we take log on both sides, then we can write log n plus 1 is less than log n plus 2. If we take the reciprocal, then the less than becomes greater than. So we can write 1 upon log n plus 1 is greater than 1 upon log n plus 2. So that this one is our nothing but un and this one is nothing but our un plus 1. So we will find out un is greater than un plus 1. So the given series is monotonically decreasing series. So this is the first condition of Leibniz theorem. Next, if we take the limit on both sides, then we will find out that this limiting value is 0 because we know log of n plus 1 as n tends to infinity. So it is log of infinity is always infinity. So anything by infinity is 0. So that limiting value becomes 0. So hence by Leibniz theorem, the given series is convergent. It is so simple, na? So anyways, so this after observing these 3 examples, I am giving you 3 more examples to do by yourself. So here is your do by yourself question. Just observe it. So the first question is 1 minus 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 3 minus 1 by root 4. This one. Next question is 5 by 2 minus 7 by 4 plus 9 by 6 minus 11 by 8, like this. And the one more question is 1 by a minus 1 by a plus b plus 1 by a plus 2b likewise. So these 3 questions are there for you. You should solve by yourself and write its answer in the comment box. So these are not the end. I am giving you few more examples which are of a little bit different of these given examples. So suppose the given series is summation n is equals to 1 to infinity cos n pi divided by n square plus 1. And the question is discuss the convergence of this series. So at first we should find out that which type of series is this one. So cos of n pi, that value lies in between minus 1 to the power n, that we know, for whatever be the value of n. So we know that the cos value lies in between -1 to +1. No? So hence the given series is actually it is -1 to the power n divided by n square plus 1. So this one is an alternating series we can say, because consecutively for 1, 2, 3 these values of n, the series value term by term we will find out positive, negative like this. So that its un is what? That is 1 by n square plus 1. We just take mod just to show that all the positive values we are considering for un. So un is 1 divided by n square plus 1. So definitely its un plus 1 is 1 divided by n plus 1 its whole square plus 1. So if we take the subtraction of these two, then we will find out this value is here, this one, and which is always greater than 0 for whatever be the value of n. So that we say that un is greater than un plus 1, and hence the given sequence is decreasing, monotonically decreasing. So that is the first condition of Leibniz. Next, we should find out the limiting value of un where n tends to infinity. So if we do so, then we will find out this limiting value is 0. So hence by the Leibniz theorem, the given series is convergent. It is so simple now. So let us do one more example. So this time test the convergence of the series summation -1 to the power n x to the power n divided by n. Just look, now here the x term involves. X is an unknown quantity and its value may be anything. So here un is equals to -1 to the power n x to the power n divided by n. So that un plus 1 is, instead of n we just simply substitute n plus 1, so that it is -1 to the power n plus 1 x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So the convergence of the series depends on the value of x. So by applying initially D'Alembert's ratio test, look, just value of x as we don't know, so that we can't say that the series is alternatively positive or negative. That's why at first we simply apply the D'Alembert's ratio test. So D'Alembert's ratio test if we apply, then we just write un plus 1 by un, and this ratio is 1 by 1 plus 1 by n into mod of x. So if we take the limit on both sides, then definitely this quantity becomes 1, because 1 plus 1 by n, that value gives us 0. So it is 1. So ultimately the limiting value of this one gives us the value as mod x. Hence by D'Alembert's ratio test, we can say that the given series is convergent for mod x less than 1, divergent for mod x greater than 1, and the test fails when mod x is equals to 1. That is, for x is equals to plus 1 as well as for x is equals to minus 1, the test fails. Is it now? Because mod of x less than 1 means minus 1 to plus 1. Within that range of x, the series is convergent. When it is beyond this plus 1 and minus 1, then the series is divergent. But when the value of x is exactly plus 1 and minus 1, then what happened to this series, that we can't say by the D'Alembert's ratio test. So we have to verify if x is equals to plus 1 and x is equals to minus 1, then what happens to this given series. So when x is equals to plus 1, the series becomes, just we substitute x is equals to 1, so that the series becomes then minus 1 plus of 1 by 2 minus of 1 by 3 plus of 1 by 4 minus of 1 by 5, like that, which is an alternating series, because alternatively negative positive we will find out. Hence by Leibniz theorem we can prove that this is a convergent series, because like this here, just look, this one is a monotonically decreasing series and its limiting value, that means 1 by n is the un, so its limiting value is definitely 0, so the series is convergent. So now when x is equals to minus 1, that time what happened to the series? When x is equals to minus 1, then the series becomes 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3, like this one. Just substitute x is equals to minus 1 and you will find out this one. So which is a harmonic series, and we know that the harmonic series is a divergent series. Hence the given series is convergent when x value lies in between minus 1 to plus 1, where plus 1 included, and diverges in the rest of the portion. That means it is from minus infinity to minus 1, and where minus 1 included, and 1 to infinity. So within that range the series given is divergent, otherwise within this range the given series is convergent. So like these two examples, we have two more questions for your do by yourself question. So the first question is here, it is -1 to the power n minus 1 x to the power n divided by n into n minus 1, where n lies in between 2 to infinity and x lies in between 0 to 1. You should test the convergence of the series. And one more example is 1 minus 2x plus 3x square minus of 4x cube, like this one, where x is less than half. So these two questions you should solve by yourself and write the answer in the comment box. So I hope you understand the entire thing and expecting your answers in the comment box. So thank you all. Have a nice day.